As a former trade minister, you know the importance of higher education as an export. International education is a key export for our nation. Are some of these changes potentially putting that at risk? Are we seeing the explosion of that industry, which has seen huge growth in the last decade or so? Is that due to lax rules? What's your assessment of that? And should we tread carefully in terms of that impact on Australian economic growth?
No, well, what we've seen is a blowout in international student numbers that is putting pressure on the social licence that international students have in this country, and it's something that needs to be seriously looked at and seriously addressed, and the universities have to play their part in this, because if you don't, then the Australian people, and I think they're at this stage, are saying it is too much. What the Labor government should be focusing on is getting the focus back on domestic Australian students and making sure that they're getting properly educated. Obviously, there is a place for international students as well, but in the last 18 months under this Labor government, it's got completely out of whack, and that isn't good for the international students in this country. It's not good for our reputation when it comes to international students, and it's one of the messes that the Labor government have created, and they need to do something about it. And you know, there was a warning on the weekend in the reports in the paper that we now have record numbers of international students claiming asylum once they get here. That shows that there's something wrong and the system is broken, and that's why the Labor Party needs to act. And my great fear is that once again we're seeing all talk and no action when it comes to this Labor government, because the numbers actually increase as a result of what they've announced today over the short to medium term.
Finally, let me get your reaction to this Australia Day event that was cancelled at the High Commission, Australia House in London. Apparently it's been going for a couple of decades. The new High Commissioner, Stephen Smith, has cancelled it. What's your reaction?
So this event has been going for over 20 years, and then Anthony Albanese's hand-picked High Commissioner to London, Stephen Smith, has decided to cancel it because it is held on or around Australia Day. Now, Anthony Albanese said before the last election that he had no plans to change the date of Australia Day. He needs to get on the phone to Stephen Smith and he needs to tell him that this event needs to go ahead, that Australia Day is our national holiday. And if Anthony Albanese doesn't do that, then the Australian people are right in saying he is a weak leader.
Dan Tehan, appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Kieran.